Joining us now with more on Markeith Loyd wanting to defend himself in court is criminal defense attorney Whitney Boan. Whitney, always good to see you.
Good to see you, Bob.
On his very first court appearance, the judge was asking him all kinds of questions. You know, what's your highest level of education and so forth. Are those the factors that go into whether or not you decide that someone's competent enough to stand trial? And if not, what are the factors?
Those are some of the factors that the court would consider. You may remember that the judge asked at his first appearance, you know, have you had any experience representing yourself previously in any other criminal case or in any other court proceeding? Do you understand the seriousness of the charges against you and the potential consequences of this charge, which includes first-degree murder? This is a capital offense. So those are some of the factors the court would consider. I think the court is going to be asking him this morning, Judge Lawton specifically, in the trial division, do you understand that you have to conduct yourself in a certain way in the courtroom? Do you understand the rules of evidence? Do you understand how this court system even works and how you would have to behave as it relates to that, representing yourself in your own case?
So if he continues with these outbursts, so to speak, that will factor negatively in his chances of representing himself.
I think that it would have some weight in Judge Lawton's decision in whether or not Markeith Loyd can voluntarily and knowingly waive his right to representation and represent himself. I don't think it's an automatic bar, but ultimately each decision by each trial court judge when someone wants to represent themselves hinges on the facts and circumstances of that particular case and that particular defendant. I think depending on how he acts in court today and maybe ongoing, it may factor into Judge Lawton's allowing him to represent himself.
Whitney, I've seen enough L.A. law and Perry Mason to know it's usually frowned upon to represent oneself in court. Why would somebody want to do that? Is it ever a positive?
There's a saying that goes, you know, the lawyer who represents himself has a fool for a client. There's that saying because it's always good to have somebody who has actual knowledge of the system, but who has some objectivity relative to the case too, and isn't so personally involved with it. So I think that maybe you don't see it a lot because it's not necessarily the best idea. I'm biased as a lawyer telling you that, but that's my opinion, and I think that's most people's opinion.
Because everything you say can and will be used against you. So every time you get up and you talk in the court, you're basically testifying against yourself one way or the other.
That's absolutely right, Bob.
See, look at there. See, that's L.A. law. That was an episode I'll tell you all about. All right, Whitney. Good to talk to you. Thanks.
Good to talk to you.